Okay, today we're adding 3 new chords to our collection of chords. We already have D, we have E minor, we have G, without the baby finger yet, and then A. The 3 chords we're adding are C. So C is played with the first finger on the first fret of the second string from the bottom, second finger on the second fret of the fourth string from the bottom, and third finger on the third fret of the fifth string from the bottom. So there's C. And what we want to be able to do is strum that chord. So we're going to strum down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, 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 like that. Okay. Second chord we want to learn is A minor. And what a lot of people, especially if they don't take lessons, they will take all their fingers off and put them on a new chord. But in the case of C going down to this A minor chord, the second finger and the first finger actually don't change. So what we're going to actually do is just take this third finger and swivel it down to the second fret of the third string from the bottom. So that'd be A minor. So once again, that's the first finger on the first fret of the second string, second finger on the second fret of the fourth string from the bottom, and then your third finger is tucked in beside it on the second fret of the third string. So that's A minor. So a good thing to practice is swiveling that finger, pivoting it back and forth. That third finger goes up to the third fret of the fifth string, and then comes down to the second fret of the third string, back up to the third fret of the fifth string, back down to the second fret of the third string. And you can just go back and forth between those two and get good at that move. Once you're good at it enough, you can actually do it while you're strumming. And when I call chords, I'm going to say A minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the end of 4, we make the shift. Starting with C, 1, 2, 3, 4. A minor, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. A minor, 2, 3, 4. And C, 2, 3, 4. A minor, 2, 3, 4. And C, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, the third chord we're going to learn is an F. So that, and this is a beginner's F. There's lots of different versions of all of your chords, but this one is a particular beginner version of F. Good one to start out on. So it starts with the first finger on the first fret of the second string, second finger on the second fret of the third string, and third finger on the third fret of the fourth string. And it's going to sound like this. So now a good thing to get used to is shifting from F to C. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these two fingers, we're going to leave our first finger here on the first fret of the second string. We're going to shift those two fingers up to one string each. So when you're new at it, it's hard to do those two fingers at the same time. It's easier to just move one and then the other. But eventually we want to be able to move both of them at the same time. So that would be a good thing to get used to, is moving the second finger from the second fret of the third string and the third finger from the third fret of the fourth string up to them being second finger on the second fret of the fourth string and the third finger on the third fret of the fifth string. So moving those back and forth like that. You don't even have to strum the guitar to get good at that, back and forth like that. Eventually being able to move that. If you were able to play along with that at this point, we go 1, starting with C, 1, 2, 3, 4. F, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. F, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. Okay. The other thing we worked on is being able to get D to all land at one time. D is made by putting the first finger on the first finger on the second fret of the third string from the bottom, second finger on the second fret of the first string, and third finger on the third fret of the second string. So being able to land that as close to all at once as possible, slap your knee, put the chord back on D, strum it one time, slap your knee, chord back on, and that drill should do lots of times to get good at it. And those are the new things to add for this week. Okay.